Hello, welcome to STROLO University. My name is Chelsea. I'll be leading you through a breath and meditation class today. So for this class, you will need to just have any comfortable clothing on and anywhere that you can either sit or lay comfortably. Maybe like a blanket on you or just anything that makes you feel extra comfortable today. So as you feel ready, we'll come down to lay down on a mat or the ground, whatever is easy for you. If you do have acid reflux, you can always prop up the chest with a pillow or anything placed on the ground, just to keep the heart above the pelvis. As you come here, begin to make any wiggles, any adjustments you feel that you need to really become comfortable here on the mat. As you do, begin to close the eyes, let the legs be however they're comfortable for you. I like mine just long stretched on the ground, whatever feels best for you. As you're here, let the hands relax to the sides, let the shoulders press into the ground, maybe even press into the elbows, wiggle the shoulders under. As you're here, or whatever your meditative seat might look like, begin to close those eyes. Again, you can observe this laying down on the ground or a comfortable seat. As you're here, we'll begin to tap into the breath. Begin to notice our breath pattern, not manipulating anything, but just noticing the breath that comes in and out of the body. Noticing if it is sharp or shallow. Maybe noticing if it feels deep and continuous. But just noticing your organic and natural breath here. Then once we have tapped into this organic breath that we arrived to this practice with, begin to deepen the breath. Deepen the breath into the belly, all the way to the top of the chest. Notice where you may be holding on to tension. And maybe just begin to let the shoulders relax even more. Let the legs relax. Notice if there's any tension in the face. Maybe this is the first time today you've taken a moment for yourself. So really honoring this moment. Setting aside any other thoughts. The false idea is that meditation is an absence of thoughts. It's a vacuum of a mind. But in reality, meditation exists with our thoughts. The purpose of meditation is to simply observe the thoughts without engaging with them, without having to go down the rabbit hole of where they came from or what to do with them. So notice right now if you have any thoughts beginning to arise. Notice your thoughts, and maybe begin to observe them as if they were clouds on a summer day. Just slowly letting them drift by with each thought. Watching them flow in and out of our awareness without really tapping into anyone in particular. Throughout practice, your thoughts will continue to come. But the practice of meditation is the act of returning to the present moment. So whenever you notice your mind has wandered away, just gently bring it back to this moment, to the breath, to the body. As you're here, we'll begin to tap into the breath even more. We'll begin a 3-part breath awareness. So as you're ready, bring the hands to the belly. As the hands come to the belly, begin to breathe deeply into the belly. Feeling this area right under the hands begin to fill up like a balloon. The inhale brings the hands up higher, rises them into the air. And then the exhale lets the hands on the belly gently come back down. Noticing if you can keep this breath just in the belly. Keep the awareness here, really pulling the breath into the pelvic floor, the pelvis. The diaphragm of the lungs is like a plunger. So see if you can pull down on the diaphragm with that intention, really opening up the lungs even more. If there's any coughs or anything that you need to clear as you do this, feel free. 3 more breaths, your breath. The last breath, fill that belly up completely, and then relax it down. Beautiful. We'll gently move our hands. I like to make little mitten hands, so bring all the fingers together and the thumbs pointing out, and then bring the thumbs under the rib cage. So thumbs pointing down to the ground, and then the fingertips on either side of the ribs. So kind of like little mitten hands holding the side of our rib cage. You can let the elbows rest on the ground, but as you're here, begin to breathe into the ribs. So as you inhale, you'll notice the ribs will begin to splay out to the side into each hand. And then as you exhale, it gently begins to recede back towards the midline of the body. Focusing on the hands and deep breath in lets the ribs expand all the way out. And we gently let them exhale back in. Continuing this breath pattern here. Again, noticing if any thoughts arise, but really focusing on the breath. The more we meditate, the easier it is to disengage from our thoughts, the easier it becomes to be the observer rather than the doer. Our thoughts always ask something of us to do, to think, to remember. But in this meditation, the only thing that you need to do is focus on the breath. 3 more breaths into this ribcage area, feeling the ribs expand with each deep inhale. And gently come back with each long exhale. And let this next breath be your last. And then as you're ready, slowly relax the hands and reach the fingertips up to the collarbone. So our fingertips are on our collarbone. Again, elbows can rest on the ground, but the palms of the hands are at the very top of our lungs, very upper lobe. So fingertips on the collarbone. And just like we had hands on the belly, the palms are on this very upper area of the lungs. As you're here, we'll take that deep breath in, but this time fill the area right under the lungs. So much so you may only feel them lift just a little with the inhale. You may only notice just a little bit. But really breathing into this upper area of the lungs, this tiny part of the upper lobes. Again, if there's any coughs or clearance that you need to do, feel free to do what you need. And again, this can always be observed seated or reclined up against a wall or a chair. Continue this breath pattern, really focusing the attention on the upper area of the lungs. Notice the depth of the breath in this area. Notice how much the body rises with the inhale. And as you feel ready, take 3 final breaths here. Those deep, long, intentional breaths. Maybe this is the first time you've really begun to notice the breath, the quality of the breath. Let the next breath be your last. And as you're ready, release the hands down. We'll begin to combine all three. Reminder, if this laying position isn't feeling good for you, you can always adjust. This is simply an option. But as you're here, release the hands out to the side. If you're seated, let the shoulders drop away from the ears and begin to combine all three breaths. So we're bringing the awareness to the belly and then the ribs and then that upper chest area without the use of the hands. So with your next breath in, breathe deeply into the belly space, following with the ribs and then the very upper part of the lungs. The long exhale releases out of the body. Continue this awareness, using this three-part breath, really filling the belly completely, then the ribs, then the lung. Relaxing on the exhale. Continue with this three-part breath, really feeling the fullness of the breath, feeling the quality of the breath, and try to abandon any attachments or judgments to the breath. Just showing up today and noticing how our breath is without the attachment to what we want it to be or what we expect it to be. Sometimes our body just needs to be noticed, just needs our awareness. Taking three more of these big three-part breaths. Let this last breath be your last. And as you feel ready, let go of any attachment to the breath pattern. Just noticing what you feel right now. Noticing that relationship to the breath, that awareness you brought to it. Taking those deep breaths. In this three-part breath, we use all three parts of the breathing mechanism, the diaphragm, the ribs, and then the tertiary muscles like the upper parts of the shoulders and the neck. Sometimes we tend to breathe a lot in these secondary and tertiary breathing mechanisms like the ribs and the chest. But really focusing on that deep primary breathing mechanism, the diaphragm, that pulling down of the plunger of the diaphragm into the belly. As we lay or we sit here in meditation with this full awareness of the breath, begin to bring your attention to the body. Noticing if you can relax any tension in the feet, relaxing tension in the calves and the knees, letting the thighs and glutes completely disengage, feeling the pelvis pressing down onto the earth. The belly is full and relaxed. Feeling the chest begin to relax, the sternum reaching up towards the sky, the ribs relaxing out to the side. Letting the shoulders press into the ground. And then beginning to reach the hands out to the side if you haven't already. Feeling the shoulders release down away from the ears. The biceps fully relaxed. The elbows and forearms, and even the hands relaxed, the fingers maybe slightly curled in towards the palm. And then bring that awareness back up through the arms to the back of the neck. Notice if you can relax any tension in the back of the neck, maybe adjusting where the head is. And then beginning to focus on the face.
Relaxing any tension in the eyes, unfurrowing the eyebrows, maybe wiggling the jaw around, relaxing any tension in the jaw or the cheeks, letting gravity press down on the face, completely relaxing the body, maybe releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And really letting yourself find this moment of stillness. Find this moment to just be with yourself. And in this moment, beginning to view the inside of the eyelids. Maybe noticing if you see any colors or patterns on the inside of the eyelids. Noticing any shapes. Beginning to envision on the screen inside the mind yourself. Beginning to envision yourself standing in front of you, sitting in front of you. Just begin to notice. Notice the face. Notice your body. Notice if you're happy or sad, if you're tired or energetic. Continue to portray this image of yourself in your mind. And as if you were talking to a friend, look into the eyes of this image of yourself. Begin to notice the strength in the eyes. Notice the resilience, the power that you possess. Notice that you can see all the battles that you have fought, all the journeys you have been on to get to where you are right now. Begin to tell yourself, you are strong. You are beautiful. I see you. All of you. Begin to repeat this or any other mantras you would like to say in the mind. And to begin to notice if this image of yourself begins to change. Noticing any body language shifting. Noticing the eyes. Maybe there's a smile on the face. Repeat these mantras to yourself. You are strong. You are beautiful. I see you. All of you. Begin to feel this resonate through your physical body. Feeling all of that determination, motivation, and strength that you have in you, that you possess each and every day. Feeling this in the body, and begin to say goodbye to the image you created in the mind. Begin to feel this strength, this resilience with the breath. Knowing that you are a powerful person. You have been through so much in this world. And letting yourself be proud of all that you have done right now. Being proud. Really letting this body and getting this body as far as it has come. And not only that, but noticing if you can love the body that you have. Begin to love the breath. Love the gift of breath that we have without the attachment or judgment associated. Begin to feel the love in the heart center. Begin to feel the middle of the heart warm gently. Feeling this warmth emanate throughout the entire body, into the belly, the chest, down to the legs and the toes, and down the arms into the fingertips. Resting here for a moment, feeling this love emanating throughout the entire body. Taking deep breaths as if you were pumping this love throughout the extremities. Maybe open up the mouth and sigh any breaths out that you'd like. Letting go of any tension, any frustration, any worries in the mind. And then as you feel ready, we'll take 3 final breaths together. Deep breath in. Let it go. 2 more just like that. And let this last breath be the deepest breath you've done all day. Deep into the belly, into the chest, the upper chest. Open up the mouth, let it go. As you're ready, if you're laying on the ground, slowly bring the knees up into the chest. Roll side to side, and roll over to your favorite side, and then press up to a seat gently. If you're in a comfortable seat, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Place a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. Feel this connection to the breath, to the love that you have for this body. And as you're ready, release the hands to the side. Inhale, scoop them up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Press the thumbs into the heart into the thumbs. Feel this connection with this love, this life force within each of us. It's been a pleasure having you in practice today. The light in me honors and sees the light in each of you. Namaste.